Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me here. I'm Evangelos BOULOUGOURIS from the University of Strathclyde, and also the coordinator of another project which is related to LNG, the OnTheMoSWay-Network. And we are dealing with the human factor, with the human capital, and the aim of our project, as you will see here, we realize that there is a need from the upcoming regulations for the reduction of CO2 footprint in the shipping industry. And in that respect, the owners are considering the use of LNG as a very clean, competitive price and high safety alternative fuel. In order to do that, we need to increase the training, to improve our training, to build the capacity, and to inform all the stakeholders, society, professionals, etc. In that respect, the objectives of our project was to promote the use of LNG as a fuel, clean and competitive for the shipping industry, aiming to meet the tight emissions limits which we will have in the SEC areas and reduce the transport cost. We would like to improve the understanding and the appreciation of the pros and cons of the use of LNG as a marine fuel, and to promote the development of a new culture in all the actors on board and ashore for the understanding of their role in the safe operation of LNG-fueled ships. Finally, we would like to bridge the difference which exists in the perspective that the people working on different sides of the quay have, those on the ship and those on the port, and creating a common understanding. So, these are the partners in our project. We are universities. The University of Strathclyde is the coordinator. The City of Glasgow College is a partner. The University of Genoa, the Circle, which is an industrial partner. The Port of La Spezia, the World Maritime University, Ocean Finance, and the Environmental Protection Engineering Assay. So, we developed in our project 5 modules. 4 of them have already been delivered. The first one was back in July at the University of Strathclyde, and it was about the design aspects of LNG fuel ships. Then the second one was the safety of LNG bunkering and handling in general of LNG fuel ships, and it took place at the World Maritime University this September. Then we had a module on the cargo handling, the LNG and ballast management training using liquid cargo handling simulators at the City of Glasgow College. The last one, which has already been delivered, is the maneuvering of LNG-driven vessels and the special conditions and operations which such a vessel should follow. And this was delivered this November. There is a 5th one, which will take place, next week. And it will be organized by EPE, Ocean Finance, and the University of Strathclyde. And if any of you would like to participate, you are welcome. It will be on the propulsion and power generation training of LNG-driven ships. So, our students are both local, so we have classroom presentations and tutorials which take place in the classroom, We have also training in special simulators, as we did with the 2 courses which were organized by the City of Glasgow College. We have also distant learning students, and for this reason we are using Spontanea, which is a software which allows the real-time participation, and the students are able to communicate, even ask questions, and get the feedback from the lecturers. And this is available for different platforms, so it supports Microsoft Mac and Android platforms. And on the other hand, we are recording all the lectures, and we upload them in a repository, so database where you can actually visit them later on and repeat the lectures. All students are provided with additional material which covers notes and presentations from the experts. This is the first, some pictures from the first module, which took place in Strathclyde. We had a total number of 26 students representing 5 different countries. The course gave the participants the opportunity to interact with the professionals and understand how LNG fuel ships should be designed. And we covered regulations and also about the construction of the vessel, the cryo issues and technologies which the designer has to appreciate. And you can see here the split between local and distance students. Then we had a second one, as I mentioned, which was for the safety of LNG handling. This was organized by the World Maritime University, and we had 22 students from 4 different countries. And this was actually covering the safe and efficient handling of LNG under a wide variety of circumstances and scenarios. Then we had the LNG cargo and ballast management training, and this was organized by the City of Glasgow College, and we had students from 80 students from 4 different countries. This was a practical course where the students had the opportunity of using liquid cargo handling simulator and understand how the procedures should be followed and different scenarios. Then the last one was the maneuvering. Here we took advantage of the latest 360 degrees simulator, which has been installed just now at the City of Glasgow College, and this gave us the opportunity of simulating the maneuvering of LNG fuel ships in various conditions, and the students managed to appreciate the differences in the behavior in different scenarios, shallow waters, and so on. So this was one part, the development and the delivery of the courses. The second part was to train the trainers. In that respect, we planned and we executed 5 visits in different places, which are provided key information for the material we prepare for the notes and the lectures. And we tried also to establish links with other European projects which provide us with input on what is actually happening in Europe right now. One of these projects is obviously Poseidon Med. The criteria for the site visits was the strategic role of the place, the know-how which we could acquire, and the good links, and also the geographic balance which we had to achieve. So the visits, the 5 visits, you can see them here. The first visit was at the port of La Spezia, and Panagalia regasification plant. The second one was in Wärtsilä in Finland, and at the shipyard, Major Turku, where we had the opportunity of discussing with the shipyard their point of view on the LNG, how the LNG ships will be designed in the future, what problems the shipyard had with the difference and the changes in the regulations, whether they could use actually locate the tanks inside the vessel, or they had to put them in an open space, and other issues, design issues. Also with Wärtsilä, we had an excellent discussion and exchange of information with them on the expertise on building the engines and the outlook in the market. And then we had a visit on board one of the most, let's say, I would have to admit, an amazing ship, which was the Viking Race. And it was actually, I have to admit, even better than the room there, and the experience was much better than the hotel I was staying in Finland. It was quieter, cleaner, and the engine room was unbelievable. We have some pictures there, and if you would like to visit our site, you will see exactly how advanced this vessel is. Then we went to Stockholm, and we visited the Aga gas, where we had a discussion with the people who are doing the refueling, the bunkering of the Viking Race, and the procedures they follow, the systems they are using. And then we visited the Revithousa LNG terminal, where we had an excellent experience and exchange of information with the personnel there, and we were amazed by their professionalism and the status of their expertise. We have all these recorded, and they will be uploaded in our model, in our portal. You can see here our website, where you can find what we have gathered, the material, the training material, and also information regarding the LNG market. And you will see that in the 10 months in 2015, we have more than 30,000 visits and page views, and 11,000 visits. We are collecting a lot of material from what is happening across Europe on this field, and we have developed an app where you can actually download and see the program and the material of the courses. So here is, we are also present in the social media. We have a LinkedIn group, Facebook fan page, Twitter accounts, and newsletter. And in general, we can talk to a community of more than 1,800 members. So, yes, also we had a conference last September, which took place in the Technology Innovation Center in Glasgow, in our university. And we have 25 hours of recording from experts, keynote presenters, which is available on our website. If you register, you can download this material. And the conclusion is that our project managed to pull together European local resources to face the global challenges. We integrated local EU competencies and knowledge, and we took into account EU policies and stakeholder needs in order to manage to deliver high quality educational content at different levels, and make our students able to follow this from all over Europe using IT tools and promote the use of LNG as a marine fuel. The next step, it will be the building an association of stakeholders for the promotion of motorways of the sea training in general. And I think that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.